Have you ever written into an advice column? Maybe you've sat at your desk, pen in hand, or fingers poised over a keyboard, searching for the right words to express your worries, your heartbreak, or your deepest secrets. For many, advice columns are a lifeline, a place to reach out when you feel like no one else is listening. Maybe you poured your heart out, hoping someone out there would listen. Maybe you trusted that faceless stranger on the other end to offer comfort, wisdom, or just a kind word. It's a leap of faith, isn't it, to send your secrets out into the world, hoping for understanding? But what if the person answering your letter was hiding a deadly secret? What if the one you trusted most was the one you should have feared? This is the story of the advice column killer, a mystery so chilling, it still haunts the darkest corners of the internet and the memories of a small town that we'll never forget. Let's rewind to the late 1990s. Newspapers were king, and advice columns were like a lifeline for the lonely and the lost. Before social media, before online forums, these columns were where people turned for help, for hope, and for a sense of connection. In one small town, people flocked to a column called Dear Agatha. The advice? Always spot on, always personal. It was as if Agatha could see right into your soul, offering guidance that felt tailor-made for each reader. It almost felt like Agatha knew you, better than you knew yourself. Her words were comforting, sometimes eerily precise, and the townsfolk began to rely on her wisdom for everything from love troubles to family feuds. But then, things got strange. Letters started arriving, thanking Agatha for her advice, except these people never actually wrote to her. Confusion turned to suspicion, as more and more residents received responses to questions they'd never asked. And then, a chilling pattern emerged. Those who received Agatha's most intimate, probing responses started disappearing, quietly, one by one. At first, it was dismissed as coincidence, but soon the town realized something far more sinister was at play. The police were stumped. There were no fingerprints, no witnesses, and no clues. The disappearances seemed to defy logic, leaving investigators frustrated and the community gripped by fear. Only one thing connected the missing. Each had confided their deepest fears to Agatha. Their secrets, once private, had become a dangerous link in a chain of mystery. The town grew restless. Rumors swirled. Was Agatha even real? Or was someone using the column to pick their victims? Whispers filled the air, and trust in the once-beloved column began to crumble. Then, a twist. An anonymous letter appeared in the local paper. "I know who you are, Agatha. Stop, or I'll reveal your secret." The threat sent shockwaves through the newsroom and the entire town. For the first time, the column went silent. Days turned into weeks. The town held its breath, waiting for answers that never came. And then, just as mysteriously as it had started, the disappearances stopped. The column never returned. Agatha vanished without a trace, leaving behind only questions and a legacy of fear. To this day, no one knows who wrote those letters, or what happened to the people who trusted Agatha with their secrets. The case remains unsolved, a haunting reminder of how easily trust can be betrayed. Was it a twisted game, a deranged mind, or something even darker? Theories abound, but the truth remains just out of reach, lurking in the shadows. Sometimes the scariest monsters aren't the ones under your bed. Sometimes they're the ones who know your secrets, who hide behind a friendly word or a comforting letter. Sometimes they're the ones you invite into your heart, one letter at a time. The advice column killer reminds us that even the most innocent-seeming connections can hide the darkest intentions. If you ever feel compelled to share your secrets with a stranger, remember, on the other side of that letter, that email, or that message, you might not be the only one reading. Sometimes the person you trust with your story is the one writing their own twisted ending. Stay curious, stay safe, and don't forget, some mysteries are better left unsolved. And sometimes the answers you seek are more terrifying than the questions you ask.